Well, this video has been a long time coming. This is a comparison between Kifaru, Exo backpack, and kuiu. I've had all three. Now, kuiu I sold on eBay, and I'm going to explain the differences between all three packs and which one I've loved. Now, I have short legs. I'm 5'10", but I have short legs. My son, on the other hand, is 6 foot, and he has long legs. He always takes the Kifaru backpack. He says it fits better on him. Now, at the same time, my son does have cerebral palsy, and he does drag his one leg behind him, so he finds it quite awkward when he walks with a pack on. But that pack, when he has everything tightened up, seems to help him more than any other pack has, is the difference. But I'm going to give you my reasons on which pack is the best. First off, the kuiu pack, not in this photo, it's a little lighter. It's about a pound or so lighter. And that's what actually brought me toward that pack. And it was okay when I used it, but what I didn't like about it was when I went to put the lid on top, it was very floppy. It was very hard to keep things where they needed to be. It was just like a big burlap bag I was putting things into. Out of all three packs, I hated that one the most, believe it or not. When I got to a campsite, I had to take everything out of the bag, just dump it on the ground, or dump it inside my tent. And then I could find what I needed. The Kifaru backpack, which I had before the kuiu backpack, never could fit my back properly. I tried everything. I tried calling the company. We tried adjusting. I tried sending pictures. I tried sending video. I mean, I just got frustrated in the end and just stopped talking to him because it just didn't feel like it would fit properly. Now, my son says it fits him good. So, I don't know. This pack comes with a frame that is made out of plywood. This is not the new Kifaru backpacks they're making now. But they have a 1-unit carbon fiber square thing they're putting as a frame. I don't see that still being very comfortable. I really don't. The other thing I didn't like about Kifaru, they have MOLLE strapping everywhere, as if you're going to strap thousands of pounds to this thing. You know, you had to buy extra pockets. You'll see there's one pocket at the bottom there. It's also wider than the Exo pack, is what it is. So, and then they got a big piece of Velcro there. You'll see a feather there on top. What is the point of that Velcro? And this is the 44 mag. I have no idea why they put that big piece of Velcro there. So, to me, that seemed to be the stupidest thing you could put on a pack and make it heavier. A lot of things about that pack they just put for looks, I guess, but it made it heavier, is what it did. When you started adding things to the pack to have more organization, obviously you made your pack heavier. You took, an 8-pound pack right up to 12 pounds in a matter of no time, is what you did. So you'll notice there's only one, extra thing there at the bottom to hold a few things like a first aid kit or something. It wasn't very good for organizing. Now the Exo pack. From day one, that pack has felt great. I've gone on walks. I've gone on 5-mile walks, 3-mile walks. It just feels really wonderful. It has a special water bottle system that is designed to sit on that hip belt where the water bottles are a little bit tilted and they're sitting there. You don't feel them. Water's heavy. I got 2 stainless steel water bottles, one on each side, and you don't even feel it whatsoever. Now I've got a saw inside a case and another thing to carry a shovel. I used to have my sidearm on there, and I do have the setup for that. It didn't feel quite right. Sidearm I now put in my chest rig, and it just feels a whole lot better, is what it does. The other thing about this Exo pack that I like so much is it has these little tiny pockets. I did make a video on what I put in them, and they're amazing how they keep things organized. If I need my first aid kit, I just pull the zipper down, grab it, pull it out. I need my fire kit, pull the zipper down, pull it out. You know, it's just unbelievably how organized it is. I mean, when you see a tick on you, you don't want to have to be digging in your bag like I had to do with Kifaru or the kuiu pack just to get my medical kit out to get my tweezers out to pull a tick out. With the Exo pack, I can just, you know, pull the one zipper off the top and boom, I have my medical kit that quick. The other thing about the Exo pack is the top lid is not floppy like it was on the kuiu pack. It actually, even when it's empty, it feels like it sits very nice and comes together very nice, is what it does. Now, one thing I don't like about the Exo pack, because it's not designed for this, I like to run my Thermarest gray pad on the bottom. And my kuiu and my Kifaru pack does that perfectly. This pack, not so much. I did add a couple straps to the back, and where I tighten it down, and then it does seem to work. This has an open clamshell. The Kifaru pack, the 44 mag, has an open clamshell too, where it made it easier for getting at everything, basically. The kuiu pack, it didn't. It was very awkward trying to get stuff out and trying to get what you need. Now, there's also two side pockets on the Exo where you can carry, you know, a tripod or any extra things that you want to carry. Like, for example, you'll see a blue thing sticking out the right side. I have an actual tripod there that you can hold like a selfie stick, or it converts into a tripod, is what it does. So that's really nice. But out of all the packs I've had, and all of them are very expensive, I like the Exo pack the best. And I'm not just saying that because it's the newest and latest that I bought. It's because of all the testing and everything I've done. You know, I find with the Kifaru pack on me, not my son, that because it's wider, and you can see it's much wider there in this photo, I find it's kind of awkward where it pulls me left or right. Where the Exo pack, because it's more narrow, it actually keeps it more balanced and on me. Now, the Exo pack doesn't really have a frame. It has two sticks that go down the side, and the material is pretty tight, is what it has. And it allows it to form to your back compared to a stiff actual backing, is what it has. Now, Exo, all these packs are very expensive. Exo was like $700, but by the time I bought all the little doodads and everything I wanted, I was into $1,000. Kifaru is not much difference. When you start buying all the pockets, I do have extra pockets for this thing, and I was pretty close up until about $900. So they're not cheap packs. Even Kifaru, kuiu is an expensive pack. Now, these are classified as hunting packs. You have to understand, these are not backpacking packs to run the Appalachian Trail. You could use them for that, but that's not what they're designed for. They are designed where the pack comes apart from the frame, and you can actually put wild game in it and then seal it up and then put it on and carry out. You can literally put 100 pounds on your back, and it sits on your hips. These packs all do what they're designed for. I mean, the kuiu pack was difficult for getting apart. I mean, I had to fight with that and remember. Kifaru, a little bit of thinking there. The Exo, no thinking at all. It really, I don't care if you don't wear the pack for a year. You just take one look at it and you're going to know how that comes apart and how it goes together. Now, the Exo pack sells a water bag, which is pretty expensive, about $80, that you can put inside the pack and then put everything in it. It doesn't matter if it's pouring down rain or what it is, your stuff is going to stay dry. Now, do you need that? No, you don't. It's literally a bag made on steroids because it has the class, you roll it down and everything else. But you could put a garbage bag in, you know, a trash bag that hikers use, and do the same thing. Now, what I do with all my packs is I put waterproofing on the outside. And I've done that to the Exo pack already, is what I've done. So I would say it's about 90% waterproof unless it's downpouring for like 4 hours. You know, I hit all the seams extra and everything else. I try to make sure it doesn't hold that much water. I do it to all my packs. The idea for that is, well, if your pack's 10 pounds and then you add that water weight, well, now you're going to get a 15-pound pack in a matter of no time, right? So the less water that holds, the better. They all made with 500D material, which is a good material. At one time, back in the old days, they used to make them out of 1000D material, which is double the thickness, double the heaviness. I mean, but they found that 500 is actually pretty good. Now, the Kifaru and the Exo pack have super good warranties. They are made in USA. The kuiu pack, I don't believe is made in USA. I believe it's made someplace else. The other problem with kuiu, some of their clothes are okay, but the one hat didn't even fit right. I sold that on eBay and got rid of it. I just slowly got away from kuiu because it seemed like they were trying to run their camo to pull you into their marketplace. Now you'll notice on the left, the Kifaru has the multicam. That is no longer made. They do not make those packs like that anymore. They make their packs in 1 or 2 camos, and not camos. They make their packs in like 3 different colors, just like Exo does. Now Exo from time to time does make a multicam pack. And I asked them, when can I get one? And they said, well, we're probably looking at more than a year. So they have a list you can get on, and who knows if that ever comes out. You know, I would love this pack here that I'm running in multicam. I just like multicam. You know, and that's all there is to it. But you'll notice there isn't a bunch of moly on the outside of the Exo pack whatsoever. You know, to where on the left, the Kifaru is covered in moly everywhere. You have no idea how much weight that adds to a pack. Weight is a big consideration that Exo has considered. Not only the fit and how it feels, how to carry the water bottles, but the weight is something they put a lot of consideration into. You know, the owner of the company with Exo, he uses the packs himself and goes out. You know, where with Kifaru, I'd gotten the idea some guy named Snyder was the one testing the packs. And Kifaru had brought him off as an owner, a CEO. But then something happened with him, and all of a sudden he was working for some other company that was paying him. It's almost like they got rid of him for some reason, and now he's not a CEO or anything. Sounds like he got pretty good money, but now he's basically a shill. Now he's basically just who's ever paying him. He's saying, yeah, this is the best. Where at one time in his beginning days, he was well known in forums for being extreme in the stuff he actually bought and used. Because he would hunt just about everything. He practically lived out there. He was out there 6 months out of the year, and that impressed a lot of people. A lot of people lost respect for him since he left Kifaru. And I think it's even hurting their name, is what I do. There was a couple other guys that worked for Kifaru that were pretty amazing guys at designing the packs that are no longer there and gone. So Kifaru had a big shakeup, and something's going on there with that company. And they don't even offer the camos anymore. Like, one of the biggest selling points of Kifaru was they had multiple different camos on different runs they did. To where now they don't. So I don't think Kifaru is up where it used to be. I really don't. Too many things have gone wrong with that company, and I think they need to get their act together, but they're not there yet. And that's just my opinion. Okay, Exo seems to have their shit together. That's the best way I can put it. Feels good, wears good, I can run with it, I can carry. I have put in that pack 80 pounds on the right, just to see what it feels like. And it was a bitch to get on. I mean, I had to roll over on my back to put the pack on, and roll over on all fours with a tree in front of me, and then pull me up on a tree. It was something quite hilarious to watch. But I was able to get up. And I am 61 years old, and I'm not in the best of shape. I mean, I'm not some muscle dude, you know. I definitely work as a computer programmer, and I have a bit of a belly on me. It's just life. But I am able to carry that pack very, very comfortably. Like anytime you see people carrying packs, they'll have the belt go across their belly button. Well, anybody that has a belly cannot carry a pack like that. And that's the bottom line. So what ends up happening is the pack itself does go, the hips do go around the hips, but when it comes to the belly, the strap goes under the belly and then you tighten it up. And it's just the way it is. And maybe that's why the Kifaru never fit me right. But the Exo, oh no, it fits perfect. When I tighten those hips up, oh, it stays good. Oh, it'd be great if I could lose the weight and have the perfect body. I mean, hey, you know, and I could go live in a gym 3 hours every day. I just don't have the time, and I can't do that. Hey, I work for a living. It's the way it is. But as I said, the one on the left, he has a longer back, my son. He likes the Kifaru. He likes the clamshell. He likes how it opens. And they are packed right now. Okay? The one on the right is the Exo. I love to death. It took me years to find the pack I love. And I think that pack's great. I really do. So that's just my personal opinions on the 3 packs. If you're considering it, I would go with the Exo if you're looking for an actual hunting pack that feels good, fits good, and carries things properly. But all that Molly, it's not needed. It really isn't. I mean, they really don't need to go Molly, 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 Molly. It's ridiculous. But all 3 packs are pretty much bomb-proof. Oh, the other thing I didn't like about kuiu packs is you cannot buy extra straps. You can't buy extra buckles. You can't buy any of that. If anything breaks on that pack, you're shit out of luck. And that's just the way it was. I didn't know that until I got it. You know, and I'm always wanting to buy extra buckles. Okay? Like for the Kifaru pack, I was able to buy small kits where I got the buckles, straps, and everything. And I have them here. And the same thing for the Exo pack. You're able to get different buckles that latch tighter and harder. And you can get parts repaired. You know, because both these packs are made in USA and they have great warranties and they do their best to keep you happy. I've seen guys that have torn their packs so horribly that I have sent them in. Now, I'm sure there was a cost or a fee. Who knows? I didn't see anything on it. But your pack, when they sent the pack back, it looked brand new. You know, so that means something. You know, a lot of people say not many things are made in USA anymore, and that's not true. People just ain't looking. You know, these particular packs, these 2 packs are made in USA. There's even backpacking packs that are made in USA. You know, there is 2 different sides. There's China and there's USA made. Now, when you get into USA made, you get better warranties. You get, you know, and you pay more. And they're just made better. That's all there is to it. I always try to buy USA made if I can. If I got to save a little longer, I save a little longer. But if I can't find what I'm looking for, then I'll go into China, is what I'll do. But I always go USA made. So these 2 packs have basically now become our packs. That's it. Okay, I have other packs like Army packs. Like I said, the kuiu pack I sold. But these are the packs I got. Now, I'm sure if I sold that 44 meg Kifaru pack on eBay, it would go high because you can't get the camo anymore. I'm sure people would pay more for it because the camo's now become, you know, where you can't get it, is what's happened. But here's a little review, and it's not even a review, it's just my personal opinion. And I'm just so happy that I found the Exo company, and I really love how they designed that pack. And how everything packs into it where I don't feel like I'm got to dump everything out of my bag. Catch you guys on the next one.